The woman was clearly a billionaire CEO, yet she disguised herself as a rural woman to inspect her own mining site. Unexpectedly, she ran into her biological older brother who had been lost for many years. In order to test her brother's character, the CEO deliberately did not reveal her identity, wanting to see whether he would acknowledge her as his poor younger sister. The man stared at the woman in front of him in shock, realizing she looked exactly like the sister he had lost. When the CEO tearfully called him brother, the man finally became certain she was his biological sister. He immediately took his sister back home. The elderly mother at home had already lost her mental clarity. She fell ill from overwhelming grief after her daughter went missing. The mother had always longed for her daughter, but now she could no longer recognize the daughter standing before her. Watching this scene broke the CEO's heart. She knelt in front of her mother in tears, vowing that she would take good care of her mother and brother from now on and never let them suffer again. During dinner, the brother carefully looked at what his sister was wearing. The CEO thought her brother was looking down on her for being poor, but in reality, he was heartbroken that she had suffered outside. The brother decided to find his sister a stable job. The next day, the brother brought his sister to the mine. The CEO did not understand why her brother was carrying 2 pieces of meat. Soon, she followed her brother to the supervisor's office. The brother handed the 2 pieces of meat to the supervisor, asking him to help arrange a job for his sister. The CEO believed that 2 pieces of meat could never buy off the supervisor. Unexpectedly, the supervisor directly handed her a work badge. The assigned position was even very easy. The CEO was extremely confused, while her brother happily took her away. The more the CEO thought about it, the more something felt wrong. She turned back to look at the supervisor and was shocked to see him pull 2 gold bars out of the meat. They were worth $20,000. The CEO instantly became furious. He actually dared to accept such a large bribe. The supervisor must have been taking bribes regularly. The CEO angrily threw the work badge at the supervisor, furiously accusing him of abusing his power for personal gain, selling company positions, and completely ignoring company hiring procedures. The supervisor was about to explode in anger when the brother hurriedly apologized on his sister's behalf. The angry supervisor immediately returned the meat. He said he didn't want it anymore, and naturally would not arrange a job for the sister. After all, plenty of people were willing to give gifts to buy jobs. In this poor and remote area, getting a job at the mine was the only way out, so he desperately begged the supervisor to forgive his sister's rudeness. However, the supervisor had grown used to being arrogant. Not only did he knock the meat to the ground, he also slapped the brother hard across the face. Seeing this made the CEO furious. She forgot about maintaining her disguise and immediately questioned the supervisor in a CEO's tone for poor management, saying he was unfit to remain in his position. The supervisor found it laughable. How dare a rural woman point fingers at him? He arrogantly told the CEO to get lost. At that moment, the mine director arrived. He was the supervisor's biological uncle. That was exactly why the supervisor dared to accept bribes. The brother hurriedly explained what had happened. The supervisor rushed to complain to his uncle. The director interrupted them with a friendly smile. He announced that meat would no longer be accepted. Everyone was stunned, not understanding what was going on. The director said with a smile that their mine had been selected by the parent company for key investment and development. So, meat would no longer be accepted. Hearing this, everyone was overjoyed. Only the supervisor anxiously asked his uncle how they would maintain their luxurious lifestyle without bribes. The director continued smiling warmly, but his words sounded like a devil's whisper. He said they would no longer accept meat. They would take cash instead. The hardest jobs cost $10,000. The easiest jobs cost $100,000. The prices were clearly marked. Only those who paid could work there. Hearing this, everyone felt as if struck by lightning. The CEO was utterly enraged. She never imagined the entire mine was corrupt from top to bottom. She stepped forward and angrily questioned the director. The director still wore a smiling face. At this moment, the brother humbly begged the director to give his sister a chance, but the director firmly refused. The CEO was completely disappointed in them. She declared they were leeches sucking the blood of ordinary people. Then she said she would give them one final chance to return all the money they had embezzled. She would let them off this once, otherwise she would send them all to prison. The supervisor was furious. He wanted to attack the CEO, but the director stopped him. He smiled and said he was the king of this mine. His words were the law here. The CEO gave them no more chances. She immediately called her secretary, ordering her to arrive within 30 minutes. After hanging up, the supervisor stepped forward and assaulted the CEO. The director announced that neither the brother nor sister would leave today. To prevent the secret from leaking, they had to die here. So the director ordered them to be tied up. Just as they were about to be killed, news came from outside. The CEO's secretary was about to arrive. The director could only lock them in the storage room first, and then personally go to greet the secretary. The secretary knew the CEO had come here under a hidden identity, so she asked the director whether there were any new employees today. Fearing the truth would be exposed, the director hurriedly repeatedly lied that there were no new hires. The secretary could only inspect the site while searching for the CEO. At this moment, the CEO and her brother were being tortured by a group of people. The CEO struggled desperately. Just then, the secretary finally found the storage room. She heard screams coming from inside and decided to go in and check. The director was instantly terrified.